I was raised up in a family where my dad worked for big cattle ranches. Had an opportunity. We always had an opportunity to eat good. As far as having a lot of money around, that didn't exist. Oklahoma offered a lot of opportunities for me. It educated me, gave me an opportunity to go to college, and horse racing gave me that opportunity because it provided me with the money that my family didn't have so I could put myself through college. I did get that college degree, but probably fortunately or unfortunately, however you look at it, I'd been around the racetrack at that point long enough that college diploma was stuck in the closet, and I left and went back to the racetrack. After being around the racetrack for a certain length of time, I guess I was hooked. I was a racetracker.
We rode the card, I don't know how many years at Ruidoso and different places, but Jerry could ride it going a mile and 1/8 or 220 yards. He won thoroughbreds, he had a good clock in his head, knew where he was at all the time. He won a lot of good thoroughbred races. And but he could go either way. He'd ride thoroughbreds, quarter horses, anything they'd lead up there. He'd done an excellent job.
The only reason or opportunity I had to ride Dash for Cash is because his regular pilot, an outstanding jockey, a close friend of mine, real close friend of mine, Jerry Nicodemus, and at times whenever he was hurt, I fortunately rode Dash for Cash and won the first stake race at Dash for Cash in his illustrious career, the first stake race that he won. And but I was only filling in for Mr. Nicodemus. And really, the 2-year-old that I was riding and rode all year, Bugs Alive in '75, was an outstanding individual, but to compare him and Dash for Cash, Bugs Alive was a blue-collar horse, a hard-trying horse, gave everything, but his natural ability was not near. Dash for Cash had the natural ability and the white collar. He was awesome, awesome. Bugs was a smaller animal that matured in a hurry and won the early fraternities in March at the West Texas fraternity, and he was an animal that you always wondered he would have to have his best foot forward to go 440 yards. Come Labor Day in 1975, he did accomplish that and stay in front all the way, and but he was a hard-trying individual, the kind that you would step away from and look at, and you have to admire so much because the heart was as big as the animal. Bugs Alive came into the All-American off of the trials in magnificent shape. He was almost like he was peaking. It was coming, it was his time. He left there in front, and all I had to do is reach up and support the horse, give him some confidence, hold him together, and so he could grab a hold to the racetrack and move on down the track, which is all he wanted, because he wanted the opportunity to run. And all I needed to do was not mess up his opportunity.
Dash for Cash was entered into maturity at Los Alamitos, and about 2 or 3 days before that, I was riding in Ruidoso, and a horse went down with me and broke several vertebrae in my back. And of course I couldn't ride. I couldn't even get out of bed. And Jerry rode Dash once at Lubbock and won the fraternity on him and fit the horse real well. So Bubba and I thought that'd be the same guy to put back on him. Jerry's the only one that's ever rode that horse except for me. He's the only one that never got him beat.
It's a race that I will never forget, and the first jump away from the starting gate, I remember being bowed over and looking on both sides and seeing that I'm in front of everything. And I'm riding an animal that runs on the end of the race. And here we have just started and I'm already in front. So I reach up and take a tighter cross on the horse and hold the horse together and support the animal and let him perform like the champion that he is.
Jerry's a real fair person, and he knows the rules inside out. And Jerry's been in the steward's office just as much as anybody when he is riding, getting days or fines, so he knows what the logo is. So, and Jerry, he's real business in that office. I don't care if it's a stranger walks in or one of his best friends, you've got to do what you got to do in that steward's office. And Jerry, he made the transition real well.
It took me about 12 years to end up getting that college diploma. And the reason after a couple of 3 years, I was involved more in horse racing, but the main reason I went back and made sure that I got to walk across that stage and get that diploma was I knew what I was doing riding racehorses and the type of work it was not one that I could do forever. And I wanted to be part of the racing industry when my career was over as a race rider. Well, I'm going to keep on being an official and till I decide that maybe at the point that I can step back and spend more time with my wife, and then we'll be around racetracks even in my retirement. I hope to be close enough to a racetrack to where whenever the urge hits me, which I can go to the racetrack and be able to visit with people and be knowledgeable of how horse racing. I love the horses and the people that are part of this industry, and I hope I never lose that love.